Hello students, welcome to Pratham Test Prep. So this is my another video on Let's Cat powered by Pratham Test Prep. So in my very first video, which is the previous video, and I really hope that you have seen that video, we discussed about the strategy, the what strategy to be followed in the exam in order to get a good percentile. If you remember, you can just click on Pratham Test Prep. You can just subscribe the channel and see the previous video. In the previous video, we have discussed everything in detail, right? But what I've said in the previous video that I'm going to discuss the syllabus in this video, and that is what I'm going to do it here, that in this video, I'm going to discuss about the detailed syllabus for quantitative aptitude in your CAT exam, right? So we all are ready. We all are here. Let's start with the discussion of the syllabus. Now, when I talk about the syllabus, सिलेबस के अंदर हमारे पास क्या क्या चीजें होती है. कैट का जो क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड है, देखो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है कैट का. इट इज, वी नो इट, इट इज द मोस्ट वांटेड सेक्शन, वी नो इट. सो इट हैज मल्टीपल पार्ट्स, वी शुड assume it. So what multiple parts in quantitative aptitude that we have is, one is algebra, one is numbers, one is arithmetic, one is geometry, and the fifth one is the modern mathematics. These are the 5 parts in quantitative aptitude syllabus. Wherein, if we see the past records, which means if I talk about the previous exams, algebra and arithmetic, they are the most important sections as if we consider the CAT exam. However, numbers, geometry, and modern mathematics, they are like about 20 to 25%. And when we talk about arithmetic and algebra, they come about 75, and they can be counted as 75 to 80% of the paper from algebra and arithmetic. So these are like the most important sections of the entire CAT exam. To our surprise, in the previous exam, if we have gone through the analysis video also, in the previous year exams, there was like very few questions from modern mathematics. However, in shift 3 paper, there was not even a single question from modern mathematics. Does not mean कि modern mathematics बिल्कुल ही हल्का section है, but हाँ, as compared to arithmetic and algebra, it is a lighter section, right? So let's talk about the subtopics of these broad categories of topics in quant syllabus, right? I'm going to start with the most important topic, which is arithmetic. What all subtopics are there in arithmetic? So you can see the entire list here. We are going to discuss about percentage, the profit and loss, averages, ratios and proportion, mixtures and allegations, time and work, pipes and cistern, time, speed, distance, simple and compound interest. If I say any not so important topic in arithmetic, so it is not the case, as the question do come from these topics. मतलब परसेंटेज, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, टीएलजी, इन सब में से क्वेश्चंस आते ही आते हैं. तो इसके अंदर से हम कोई भी एक ऐसा हल्का सब टॉपिक नहीं कह सकते. वी हैव टू स्टडी ऑल ऑफ देम, दैट इज इन डिटेल, in depth. So if you remember that in the previous video, I said a good knowledge with a strategy, good strategy will give you a good percentile, right? When I talk about knowledge, knowledge means that we need to study all these topics in depth. अगर हम प्रीवियस ईयर्स के पेपर्स देखें या पैटर्न जो चलता आ रहा है देखते रहें, तो उन पैटर्न को ये समझने आता है, उन पैटर्न से, कि इन सब की बहुत एक डीप नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. whether it is practice wise deep knowledge or it is concept wise deep knowledge, both of them are very much required. कहने का मतलब ये है कि खाली 50 क्वेश्चन एक टॉपिक में से करना इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. वी हैव टू डू मोर. वी हैव टू डू रफली अराउंड 200 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम ईच टॉपिक टू गेट एन इन डेप्थ knowledge about that particular topic. If I talk about percentage, it is not just 50 questions that we talk. We should talk about the content part, the theoretical part, the conceptual part, and the practice part also, right? So we have to study all these topics in depth in order to crack our CAT arithmetic section. Now, the second section after arithmetic is algebra, which is again the most important. I would say that this is the second most important, but this is the arithmetic and algebra, they are at par, they are at equal levels. And what all subtopics does algebra have? Algebra has algebraic identities. It has surds and indices. It has linear and quadratic equations, followed by polynomials, inequalities, modulus, arithmetic mean and geometric mean inequalities, functions and graph, progressions, which is your AP, GP, HP, and logarithms. To our surprise, previous year logarithm question, logarithm मतलब होता तो अच्छा टॉपिक है, बढ़िया टॉपिक होता है, बट इसका प्रैक्टिस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज लास्ट टाइम द क्वेश्चन वाज, इट वाज अ डूएबल क्वेश्चन बट इट वाज अ लेंथी क्वेश्चन. तो अगर आपने प्रैक्टिस कम करी है, इन डेप्थ नॉलेज कम ली है, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू क्रैक. इवन आप उस क्वेश्चन पे काफी देर तक स्टक हो जाओगे, रिजल्ट वेस्टिंग योर टाइम. राइट. सो इन डेप्थ नॉलेज के साथ साथ हमें प्रैक्टिस होनी बहुत जरूरी है हर टॉपिक्स की, इन ऑर्डर टू क्रैक अ पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन इन अ वेरी वेरी गुड टाइम. राइट. After arithmetic and algebra, now my third section, which is also an important section, is all about numbers. Number system plays a very, very important role in CAT paper. It do, they do ask questions from numbers. We are going to study what are the numbers, the classification of the numbers, the factorials part, the factors and the multiples, which is a humongous subtopic for numbers. Then we are also going to study divisibility rule, remainders theorem. We're going to find out power cycles, how to find out the last digit, the second last digit, the number of zeros, then odd factors, even factors, and everything, and also the base system. So number system itself is a very humongous section, and it also gives you a good score in CAT paper if you have done this section thoroughly. Right. So this section also needs a quite good attention with respect to arithmetic and algebra. This section also plays an important role. But yes, the role is little less as compared to the number of questions being asked in the paper. थोड़ा सा कम role है, but important role. After this, yes, this is बहुत लोगों का ये मतलब थोड़ा अजीब सेक्शन थोड़ा बड़ा सा लगता है क्योंकि क्वेश्चंस इसमें से कम आते हैं, बट ऐसा नहीं है. अगर आपने क्वेश्चंस करे, ज्योमेट्री करा, तो दिस इज आइसिंग ऑन केक कि आपका क्वेश्चन निकल जाए. ठीक है. सो ज्योमेट्री इज ऑल्सो एन इम्पोर्टेंट सेक्शन, रादर इट्स अ थोड़ा सा नीचे आ जाता है बिकॉज दिस लास्ट थ्री सेक्शन इज 25% ऑफ द एंटायर पेपर. So we are going to study lines and angles in this. We are going to study triangles, quadrilaterals, circles, polygons, mensurations, wherein 2D and 3D figures. We are going to study coordinate geometry, trigonometry. Is obviously इसके सब topics ज्यादा है as compared to the number of questions being asked in the paper. तो इसके लिए मेहनत थोड़ी और ज्यादा है because topics बहुत ज्यादा है इसके अंदर पढ़ने के. राइट. लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग, बिकॉज ज्योमेट्री हम 8th क्लास से करते हुए आ रहे हैं. हर साल हम ज्योमेट्री में कुछ ना कुछ पढ़ते हैं. सो ज्योमेट्री इज इंटरेस्टिंग, लेकिन प्रैक्टिस अगेन मेरी हर पीपीटी में, मेरी हर वीडियो में मैं आपको सिर्फ यही बोलूंगी, मोर एंड मोर ऑफ प्रैक्टिस. प्रैक्टिस विल मेक अ मैन परफेक्ट. दैट इज व्हाट इज द थिंग, एंड वी आई एक्चुअली फॉलो दैट थिंग. जितना प्रैक्टिस आप लिखोगे, हैंड रिटन प्रैक्टिस, दैट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड. राइट. एंड द लास्ट सेक्शन दैट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी is modern mathematics, in which we are going to talk about the permutation and combination. We are going to study this topic in detail about everything, the linear permutation, the circular permutation, all kind of combinations, the number of integers, the number of solutions, everything we are going to do in permutation combination, followed by a good theory and a good syllabus on probability that we are going to study. They both are in sync. PNC and probability, they go hand in hand. So these two are very, very important topics for from modern mathematics point of view. And yes, my lovely topic, my favorite topic, that is set theory that we are going to study in modern mathematics. Right. अब बहुत इसके अंदर क्या होता है, बहुत डिफरेंशिएशन आते हैं. कई लोग प्रोग्रेशंस को मॉडर्न मैथमेटिक्स में भी डाल देते हैं, वो सबका अपना अपना टेक है. बट प्रोग्रेशंस essentially it is not a part of modern mathematics. Modern mathematics में मेरे पास तीन ही टॉपिक्स इंपॉर्टेंट आते हैं, which is permutation, combination, probability and set theory. Right. So this is all about the syllabus for CAT that we are going to study throughout the year, starting with algebra, arithmetic, numbers, geometry, and modern mathematics. However, again, arithmetic and algebra, they are the most important sections for CAT. However, number system, modern mathematics, and geometry, they constitute about 20 to 25% in the paper. लेकिन ये 20-25% भी ना important है. ठीक है. ये नहीं है कि ठीक है 75% पेपर कर लेते हैं उसके अंदर से नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. तो आपको पूरा 100% करना पड़ेगा in order to crack the CAT exam in a better way. So I am summing up my two videos which says a good knowledge, a deep understanding of the topics plus a good strategy will always give you a good percentile. Right. So this is all about my second video in which I've discussed the syllabus, and hopefully I will be seeing you again in my more videos wherein I'm going to talk about now the content part of the CAT. So stay tuned and do wait for my next video to come on arithmetic or algebra. Thank you so much for your time.